Exclusive from ztongamusic.com. That's on the beat. Wengwa oye ye wengwa ye etibotu yalo wengwa oli yorwe inaina kuyalo wengwa oli yorwe tibotu yalo kumala oli yorwe wamoya gainde wengwa oye ye wengwa mala yorwe tibotu yalo wengwa oli yorwe ubabo HICHILEMA Bajembele bina HICHILEMA tula mulumba kuyala mulumba na oyu ezitorwe Bajembele bina hagainde tula mulumba kuyala mulumba na hagainde ezitorwe kuwana Zambia bose ezitorwe kujisi yose jina Zambia ezitorwe wana Zambia kula jorwe maoye kuwekwa ezitorwe kuyalo kuwekwa oli jorwe ubaguwa bashia maoye kuwekwa ya kuwekwa oli jorwe kubata hagainde kubata HICHILEMA kubata hagainde na kuyalo kumala oli jorwe ezitorwe kujisi yose kamongo juhuna batu kuyalo kuwekwa oli jorwe no wana Zambia yose mama ezitorwe ztongamusic.com. Exclusive from ztongamusic.com. That's on the beat. Wengwa oye ye wengwa ye etibotu yalo wengwa oli yorwe tinaina kuyalo wengwa oli yorwe tibotu yalo kumala oli yorwe wamoya gainde wengwa oye ye wengwa wala yorwe tibotu yalo wengwa oli yorwe ubabo HICHILEMA wengwa oye ye wengwa wala musone tibotu yalo wengwa oli yorwe ubaguwa bashia tula yorwe tambaga HICHILEMA ina kuyalo kumala oli yorwe tula yorwe wabo HICHILEMA tula yorwe tibotu yalo wengwa oli yorwe Bajembele bina HICHILEMA tula mulumba kuyala mulumba na oyu ezitorwe Bajembele bina hagainde tula mulumba kuyala mulumba na hagainde ezitorwe kuwana Zambia bose ezitorwe kujisi yose jina Zambia ezitorwe
Let them lead us into prayer, then we can introduce the president.
Okay.
Pastor Tembo, kindly lead us into prayer. Thank you.
Oh, he doesn't. Where's him?
So let me do this,
Okay.
and then. Let me welcome everybody, and then you can go to welcome the chairperson. We're going to change the scene.
No doubt about that. So if we bow our heads to God first, all that we do as creation members of the community. If we do that right now, good. Walk our heads. Go ahead. Good. Heavenly Father, we are grateful to this. And we are thankful for the great activity.
So after I introduce them, and then they'll cover point one short program. You let them know. So why don't I announce them first? Don't you think?
We ask all this and the program goes on. May your presence, may your favor be upon us. We ask all this in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And everybody
Let's play a mic.
Thank you very much, Pastor Temba. We may all be seated. So let us all be seated. Thank you. Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, and Madam First Lady, Mrs. Mutinta Hichilema, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Stanley Kakobo, Minister of Education, Honorable Douglas Yakalima, Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Honorable Chipoka Mulenga, Minister of Community Development and Social Services, Honorable Doreen Mwamba, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Chembo Mbula, Zambia's Ambassador to the United States, Mr. Lazarus Kapambwe, Zambia's Permanent Representative to the United Nations, Dr. Chola Milambo, distinguished donors, sponsors, well-wishers, ladies and gentlemen, and as everyone says in Zambia, all protocols observed. My name is Rebecca Mwanza, and I am your MC for the evening, together with my colleague who's going to introduce himself.
My name is Noah Musokotwani, and I'm the other MC.
You are all welcome.
Thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for being our guest this evening. And for those who are the first time coming to New York, welcome to New York. First on the program, the first person we're going to introduce is the chair lady who made it possible for all this to happen. Now, as we all know, that nothing happens with one person or two people. It takes a group. But the group has to have a leader. Of all the work that was done, our chairperson who helped organize this thing is Miss Betty Mwangala. Please, Miss Betty Mwangala, could you come to the floor?
A round of applause for Miss Betty Muhao. Okay. Ms. Muhao is walking up to the microphone.
Your Excellency, Your Excellency, the Republican President of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, Madam First Lady, Ms. Mutinta Hichilema, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Stanley Kakubo, the Minister of Community Development, Honorable Doreen Mwamba, the Minister of Commerce, Honorable Lenga Chipoka, the Ambassador USA Mission, Chola Milambo, and Washington, D.C., Lazarus Kapambwe, corporate or business community present, Zambians based North America, my fellow members of the organizing committee, may I just say, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. On behalf of my committee, Zambians based in the USA and beyond, and our special guests, the business communities present, I wish to thank you for this special occasion, to welcome you to this special event. The theme for this event is Building Zambia in Peace and Unity. Mr. President, I would like to start by thanking you for transforming Zambia economic fortunes in less than a year, and for putting Zambia on the world map. For putting Zambia on the world map in terms of business opportunities and as strategic investment and tourism destination. I thank you for transforming of the rule of law in Zambia, our strategies in building peace and unity, creating a stable currency in the name of Kwacha, respect for human rights, and reducing inflation. Mr. President, I'm here to express deep feeling and thoughts about cancer disease in Zambia. The cancer disease numbers are getting higher and higher every day, and the place for treatment is limited. UTH has been overwhelmed with cancer disease and cases, and this is where help is needed. Cancer rates are on the rise in Zambia, and the top seven districts affected most are all in the southern half of the country, which includes Luangwa, Kabwe, Lusaka, Monze, Mungu, Katete, and Chipata. It is also worth noting that districts in the northern of it is also noted in this district, Mr. President, we appeal to the Ministry of Health to step in and help. This means people in the southern half of the country must travel very long distance to get to Lusaka. It is against this background, Your Excellency, that we feel duty-bound to ensure that another cancer center is built in Zambia. In the Copper Belt, Ndola to be specific, would therefore be an ideal location for such a hospital. The goal of such project is to fundraise for the construction purposes. The equipment are also needed and support research works on cancer in Zambia. Mr. President, Our view is that this event is only but the beginning of the long journey towards fundraising for the cancer hospital. We plan to have more successful and big fundraising programs on the same in our successive months that are yet to come. We have an item that is ready to work and see to it that the project is actualized. With these few words, I wish to end by stating that we shall use our Republican president as our #1 marketer, as he says always that I'm your chief marketing manager. I'll end by saying, Umufiashu Amano, you are welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the evening. I thank you all.
Thank you very much to our organizing committee chairperson, Ms. Betty Mohau. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look on your menu, you're going to see a barcode in the corner. So if you scan that, it will take you to a site where you will be able to make a donation. So you can do that as the program continues. And just to apologize for the delay in the commencement of the program. So because the program started late, we're going to omit some of the things that we had initially planned. Right now, I'm going to call upon Dr. Kajila to come and make his remarks and introduce himself. Thank you. A round of applause for Dr. Kajila. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Becky. Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, Mrs. Mutinta HICHILEMA, the First Lady, all distinguished ladies and gentlemen, government officials, I would just like to say, like my predecessor said, that in Zambia, we use the phrase, all protocols observed. So I'll take that privilege as well. My name is Dr. David Kajila. I'm the co-founder of GAZA, Global Alliance of Zambian Healthcare Professionals. Mr. President, it's such an honor and privilege to be here in your presence. I'll definitely make my speech very brief in the interest of time. My duty is to tell the audience about this great organization. That's a young organization. It was created in 2019 and is registered as a 501c3 here in the United States in Delaware. And the formation of this organization was prompted by the diaspora, especially in the medical field, realizing that they need to give back to the nation of Zambia, to where we came from. We need to give back to our taxpayers, our parents, our relatives who helped us attain the education that has allowed us to be able to practice our trade here in the West. And so in 2019, we formed this group from Zambia Block Talk Radio. When I was participating in that, I was asked the question, what are you giving back as medical professionals? And I thought I should step up and contacted my colleagues. And in a short time, we were able to form GAZA. And one of the key members, Ms. Yareka Muhango, who has also been on this organizing committee, was one of the instrumental members that really helped us get started off. So let's give her a round of applause. Mr. President, GAZA is here to partner with the Ministry of Health. We are offering ourselves to be part of the solution of the problem of dealing with cancer cases. In medicine, we believe that prevention is better than cure. And we know that a lot of cancer cases can be avoided by simple preventative measures, by screening. And we feel that as diaspora, we can play a role, especially riding on the technology that has been created over this period of COVID. We realize that things like telehealth can really go a long way. So we urge you, Mr. President, to help coordinate all the Zambians in diaspora in the healthcare sector through Gaza to be able to communicate with the Ministry of Health so that some of these solutions can be found. And so with those few words, I'd just like to leave everybody with this phrase that we are all too familiar with by John F. Kennedy, who says, don't ask what your country should do for you, but ask what you should do for your country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kajila. Due to the restraint in time, we might not be able to have everyone speak as earlier arranged, but we would like to recognize two associations here in the US, Zanus and Oza. Like we always say, a family, a community, where we come from means a lot. Zanus and Oza are one of the organizations that have helped to build and to grow the community in the US. So let's give a big round of applause for those organizations for helping.
A big round of applause for Oza and Zanus, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, right now we're going to have some entertainment, some traditional dance with drums by Inga and her colleague. Inga. It's actually a trio. A round of applause for the ladies. I cannot hear you. You all look sad. Aren't you enjoying yourself?
Thank you. Thank you.
Louder. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you very much. A round of applause for the ladies.
Come on. Two. Come on, make some noise for them. Make some noise. Come on, A round of applause.
Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you. Thank you very much for that wonderful performance. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know why we are here. I would just like to encourage you, DJ, I would just like to encourage those that have not yet made a donation to do so.
Ladies and gentlemen, there might be a lot of reasons why we're all here, but the main reason we're here is for the fundraiser. Right on the menu is a barcode that you can use to make your donations. Please don't be stingy. Please open up your pockets and let's make this thing happen. Thank you.
You don't, okay. Menus will be provided shortly. Thank you.
And now, I would like to introduce the Treasury General, Mr. Watson Lumba. Thank you.
Yeah. We would like to introduce the Treasurer General of the United Party for National Development, Mr. Watson Lumba, to come and make some remarks. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Watson Lumba. I'm the Treasurer General of the United Party for National Development, the ruling party in Zambia. Let me recognize the President and Madam First Lady. Let me recognize the ministers who are from Zambia who came to attend the United Nations conference. Let me recognize other dignitaries who are here from whichever country, and all those who have sponsored this event. You know, in Zambia, you may not know what happens in African countries. There's no distinction in most African countries between the government and the ruling party. You'll find that in most countries, those are treated like one. But in Zambia now, there's a clear distinction between government and the ruling party. I'm from the ruling party. If you see me here in a suit, don't ask me questions about government policy or anything to do with government, but ask me about the party, I'll answer. So, but from the party I came to represent the Secretary General of our party, and I came with two colleagues who are from the party, not from the government. Mark Simuwe, where is Mark? Mark, Simuwe, and Jason. Three of us came specifically to represent the United Party for National Development. Having said that, I have two remarks to make. Number one, there's a question which is asked, what's so special about the Zambian president? I have a friend in the United Kingdom, in the UK. He asked me, what's so special about your president? I said, I don't know. When I came here, I arrived yesterday from Zambia. As we were chatting with people, and they said, oh, there is some dinner tomorrow, and we'll be meeting the Zambian president. And again, they said, what's so, and the same question a friend asked me in the UK. This other person, he asked, what's so special about the Zambian president? I want to ask the First Lady to protect me from the president on this one. I want to say something about the Zambian president. Madam First Lady, can you promise to protect me from the president? She has agreed. She's actually my sister, so she will protect me. I'll say something about the Zambian president, and I hope I will be protected. Number one, what I know about the Zambian president, I think I've seen him to be a very strong person, whatever comes his way. He was arrested once for charged up treason. A traffic offense came up to be a treason offense. And one thing was interesting was we all felt sad as members of the party. I went twice, 3 times to visit him in prison. The first I went, we chatted. The second time, he was sent into the maximum prison where they send those who are on death sentence. I went there to see if I'm going to see somebody who's feeling sorry for himself, what he was doing, and I wasn't expecting what I was going to see. When I arrived at the prison, I was ushered in, and the president came out from his cell, very strong, and then he was encouraging me. I thought I was going to encourage him by my presence there, but he was encouraging me, and he told me, oh, look after yourself where you are there. These are hard times. I was very encouraged, but the second time I went there, I even actually took him 2 books to read. One was on green economy, and I'm glad when he became president, he formed a green economy ministry. And another one was on contemplation of St. Augustine. I was told the president reads a lot, very strong. But I saw his weakest point. And I will say this because of protection from the First Lady. I don't think the president will even remember what happened that time. It was in 2016, we were campaigning, and I was with the president and the now Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security. We were planning for a rally where the president was going to address, and the Minister of Foreign Home Affairs received a phone call, and he said at the rally where we are supposed to go, the police had gone there, and instead of shooting, what we call this, where this, I've forgotten, but anyway, they used live bullets. Instead of tear gas, that's the word I wanted. Instead of the police using tear gas, they used live bullets. And they killed one person, a lady called Mapenzo Chiralo. And the president was told that they have killed a person at the rally we were supposed to go. And he stood up. I looked in his face. I saw a weak president. His eyes were dropping. His countenance fell. I saw him at very weak. And he said, is it worth it for me to go on this path if people will lose blood? Can we just stop everything? And I stood up and said to him, Mr. President, you are the only hope of our country. And this is the president, so special about our president. At the loss of life, he felt he had to give up. When he was in dark times, he felt to go on and encourage us people. He formed government and he went on to make a difference. Economically, our country is on a good trajectory. These are some of the things which is special about the man I'm going to introduce now. Please, ladies and gentlemen, stand up and join me in welcoming our president with a round of applause.
Thank you very much. You may take your seats, please. Please do take your seats. Thank you very much. Good evening. Mwacho mabwanji. Muli uli. Varishani mkwai. Ngachili mwane. Mudi ngai mwani. You are failing now. Thank you so much. I think because of time, experience, managing ourselves, I'd wish that we would have had started early so we would interact a little bit more. But let's see what we can do within the limited time. First, I want to acknowledge my colleagues in cabinet that are here. A couple of them are here. Colleagues who are in the public sector, who we have come with here, including the ambassador, our ambassador to the US, our ambassador to the UN, who are present here, and also to just recognize the leadership of our party in North America, Canada, US. He was seated with us. I'm not sure where he has gone, but we want to thank you. You're supposed to be seated next to us there. But to recognize you and your entire leadership for your hard work over the years, and also to the committee that has organized this function tonight, and indeed to the friends of Zambia, friends, citizens of Zambia. Some of you may be residents now, and to the friends of Zambia that are here tonight, and those that may follow this event through the media. We recognize all of you, and indeed our Treasurer General who has spoken, Mr. Lumba, and ladies and gentlemen. First, just to return to the subject of appreciating the committee who have put up this event, this wonderful event. Thank you for your efforts. I know what it takes to be where we are today. Having been running this party for many years, now running to 16 years, I know how tough it is to organize things like this and to organize them properly. It's a lot of effort, so thank you so much. I also wish to extend once again because I did it last year when we came for the UN General Assembly to thank the citizens of Zambia and the same group of people, the support base of our country, those who love our country, who have been associated with our country in one way or another over the years, for your support. Your support, I know you may have not voted, but indirectly you voted because you influence people at home to vote for us and put us in office. Ziko Mwambiri. We're very grateful for that. It's a great honor for me to be asked to speak tonight around this event to fundraise in our quest to fight cancer, this affliction of cancer which has killed a lot of our people, not just Zambians, but a lot of Africans, and indeed the global community. And so we really appreciate the initiative to raise resources towards this noble agenda. Thank you so much. I want to say to you that it's still confidential, but I'll say to you that we are working on the budget, the 2023 budget, our second budget, and one of the issues that we're paying particular attention to is to essentially get the equipment side of our health service delivery functioning, cancer equipment being one of those pieces of equipment which will receive a little bit more money in the 2023 budget. We are lobbying. We can say we are lobbying, but I think we'll do it. And so this fits well with the efforts that you are making here to raise money for cancer treatment. So thank you for your initiative. It means our minds are aligned on this particular issue. So let's raise as much money as we can. So we ask all of us present here to stretch our bank accounts, to stretch that extra dollar. Let's add it on so we can help those in need. And I must tell you, cancer does not choose. No one, no family, no community would invite cancer. Disease is not invited. It comes on to us. Of course, some would say it's hereditary. I'm not a doctor, medical doctor, but others will say other things. But no one wishes to be afflicted by an ailment that is difficult to treat, such as cancer. So let's protect one another, and a healthy population, a health citizenry is one that is useful to our agenda, the agenda for which you elected us into public office. And I want to say a few things around there. Having thanked you for electing us into office, having acknowledged, thank you very much, having acknowledged the essence of tonight's gathering, I want to simply say to you, we set out to deliver the country from squalor, from difficulties. And we were elected on the ticket of change. Change in what sense? To better the lives of the people of Zambia. And indeed, in our view, the region and Africa at large, and of course the global community, indirectly, in that order. First Zambia, region, Africa, the world. We've been in office 1 year now, just well over a year. And we understood where our country was as we were seeking elections. We understood and decided what we'll focus on. And that change that Zambians voted for us to deliver, as I said, was to better their lives. But you can't better the people's lives without transforming the economy. No matter how well intended you are, you cannot achieve that agenda. And so the anchor for our change agenda is economic transformation. And here, the best way of saying what we've been able to do in 1 year is to use measures that don't lie. Measures that don't lie. When we took office, there was macro instability. 1 year down the road, we have restored macro stability. Primarily brought stability in the exchange rate market, where our kwacha is doing reasonably well under very difficult circumstances. COVID-19 with us, the war in Ukraine, having exerted a lot of pressure on our economic transformation agenda in 3 respects: cost of food for countries on our continent, cost of fuel, number 2, number 3, cost of fertilizer, which is very important. But with all these challenges, COVID and the challenges brought to us by instability, your government has been able to stabilize the macro environment, which is essential for growth, essential for growth. And so today we have our marketeers in Commercial Market in Lusaka being able to spend the same quantity of kwacha to be able to bring more goods to trade, to look after their families, and they'll be able to buy more dollars. You've heard what I've said. Same level of kwacha, they're able to buy more dollars, they will increase their trade and look after their families. That's the issue. We're scaling down, pulling down interest rates. We've been able to bring down this animal called inflation, which in itself is a tax, basically takes money away from school desks, money away from medicines and equipment for cancer, inflation. So we've dragged it down from 25% to around 9.7, 9.8 in 1 year. This is something that countries around the world have failed to achieve. And I was at a session this morning, and one of the moderators asked us a question: HH, can you help other countries do what you did in 1 year in Zambia? And we said, by all means, we'll be delighted to do that. And I think for us, this ticket, this approach is not just good for Zambia. It's good for Africa. It's good for the global community. But it's all about a clear sense of purpose. It's all about discipline. It's all about focus. It's all about hard work, behind the scenes, hard work, truly hard work. And as we've said in the past, we took a path to replace party after party with work, work, and more work. Yeah. And within 12 months, we have been able to reach agreement in principle with creditors to resolve the debt crisis that we inherited. Now we'll be going into the content, into the actual debt restructuring within a limited time. We have been able to conclude an IMF program based on our homegrown economic transformation program. People misunderstand this thing, and I must clear today that we did not get to do work that the IMF asked us to do. We are doing the work we decided to do. We worked a program ourselves, and we went to the IMF and said, support us in this program. That's the difference. That's the difference. And people squeal about the IMF. The IMF of today is not the same as the IMF of the 70s. To give you an idea, the first $1 billion plus amount we got, SDRs, was literally 0 interest rates. This is what we are out to negotiate, given a high debt portfolio, and that debt is choking our revenues meant for investment. We went out to ensure that we can raise resources capital, which is fairly priced. And you can't get it better than 0%. in terms of interest. And the program we've concluded now is just unbelievable. Another 0%, $1.3 billion of 0%. This is our intention. This is our program. So that as we take out expensive debt, we can now be able to bring affordable capital and attend to the needs of our people, including revitalizing domestic revenues. And for you who are here, we need your IT skills to be able to help us reduce the revenue losses. Pilferage, which was the order of the day, corruption, order of the day. Really, we want to work with yourselves so we can raise more money to support cancer treatment, cancer equipment, as is the theme is for tonight. We are also happy and pleased to indicate to you that because of our agenda to educate the workforce, when many of our competitors 13 months ago, 14 months ago, argued that it was not possible to bring about free education, we have brought about free education for all our kids up to secondary level. It was all a question of priorities, and our priorities are very clear. Education is the best investment, is the best equalizer, it's the best inheritance. You'll hear me say that tomorrow at the UN General Assembly. And now on our SADC meetings, African Union meetings, and UN meetings, people are saying, hey, can we make free education a barest minimum across the world as Zambia has done it? I think it's good. That's an element of leadership in there. But you can't just pronounce kids to go to school. We need to buy desks. We need to create more classroom space, teachers' houses. But more important, to employ more teachers. So because of our prudence measures, we've been able to employ 30,000 plus teachers in 1 year. Never done before. 11,000 plus medical staff in 1 year. Never done before. Just to draw comparisons, the UNIP government ruled us for 27 years. In all the 27 years, they only employed a total of 25,000 teachers. But in 1 year, we've employed over 30,000. Draw your numbers from there. So literally, you can put all the governments before us. We are scaling up more than all of them put together. It's not by chance, it's deliberate. Because we know with an educated workforce, we can tackle the economic challenges, the economic growth agenda. That is our intention, as it was then, so it is today and tomorrow. That is what we believe is how we should run public offices, public affairs, with a clear intent. Medical, I've touched on it. Back to medical, why we are here tonight. Cancer and other ailments will receive more attention. And thank you to your initiative, organizers of today's dinner. I don't want to waste your time, but only to say to you that we are on the road to recovery. Numbers don't lie. We inherited an economy that had plummeted in terms of growth from well above 6% GDP growth per annum, down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. By the time the elections were taking place, our economy had shrunk to, on an annual basis, growth to minus 2.8%. Numbers don't lie. I hear a lot of people talking about, oh, we did very well in that area, in that area. Numbers don't lie. If you did well, how did the economy collapse from 6% to minus 2.8%? Please, let's not argue about these things. And in 1 year, we've been able to bottom up the economy, and we are targeting, numbers are showing us that by close of the year, we'll be growing our economy to somewhere in the region of 3% growth in GDP in 1 year. Now, but if there are those who know arithmetics here, if we found the economy at minus 2.8%, and we're going to grow it in 1 year at 3%, it means effectively we've grown the economy by 5.8%. This is not a joke when other economies are shrinking. It's not a joke. It's clarity in purpose, vision, leadership, hard work. And we want to thank all of you for your contribution towards this year's achievement. But I can only say to you, we've just started. This is just the beginning. We've just started the work. A lot more lies ahead of us in order to better the lives of the people of Zambia. I can go on and on. It's not worth it. Our 1 year's effort demonstrates that we are men and women on a mission. We are men and women on a mission. And we thank you for giving us your goodwill. We thank you for all that you've been doing here for many years. Vamsonda, you haven't gone back to the table. You're still sitting somewhere else. So thank you so much with your team. And as our 11th province, I'm proud to tell you that we set out to reunite this country. And from the cabinet of the old 14, 15 months ago today, we are proud to say all the 10 provinces of Zambia are represented on the UPND cabinet table, as we promised. And that's the way it should be. But also, we've been looking at things first, but we are also not forgetting you. We have taken one or two of you into the diplomatic corps, and today on that table, I have confirmed the guidance I gave to the Minister of Foreign Affairs that one amongst you in the next 2 weeks will be an ambassador somewhere. One amongst you will be an ambassador somewhere. I think one amongst yourselves is already ambassador in Canada, in Australia, but from Canada, based in Canada. But one amongst you seated here tonight will be an ambassador in the next 2 weeks or so, subject to approval from the host country that you'll be going at. So we haven't forgotten you at all. Having brought stability now, 12 months, now we are looking at issues that we can deal with inside of our economy, and investment, promotion, your efforts, your own networks are important here. And please continue working the way you've done in or during our difficult days. Better days lie ahead of us. I have always said to people, we must manage things in an organized way. You can't do chipante and expect results. You can't do shotgun stuff. You have to be organized. You have to be methodical. I think that's what we bring to the table. I know it's irritating to a lot of people. They think we are slow, but then the results in 1 year do not suggest that we are slow, except we had to start with the key things, those that will drive change. And I think we've been able to lay them on the table in the manner that the outcomes are now public knowledge and public information for all to see. We want you to continue believing in us. We want you to continue guiding us, correcting us, contributing to this agenda for change. In the budget coming, you will see a lot more changes that are meant to accelerate growth. And then we can begin to deliver more jobs. The young people are restless. They want to see jobs. They are restless. They want to see business opportunities. We are working on that. And we are proud to say that part of our job to unlock the economy, we have been able to put on the ropes, basically on the rails, one of the largest private investments in our country. And since then, we've opened the largest nickel mine on our continent. The largest nickel mine on our continent in the Northwestern Province. And also, we are working with Congo DR to basically do what petroleum-rich countries did in the past. Congo DR and ourselves, Zambia, host a huge share of the electrical vehicle minerals: copper, cobalt, manganese, nickel. lithium and lithium-based metals. And we're working with Congo, and we as a country have already identified, and we're working with Afri-Exim Bank, a 250 piece of land. Finally, we'll lock it in, whether it's Chingola or Ndola, to basically manufacture electric vehicle batteries and other accessories. First amongst equals. I don't think you can doubt our intent. We may not show it publicly, but it is clear. And that will revolutionize our economy. We are tired of exporting raw materials. Remember, for centuries we exported raw materials. We even exported ourselves as human beings. Now we want value addition in our country. We want to produce more food and support the looming global food shortage. We have the agronomical conditions to do that. That's part of what we're doing when we're around here, looking for investments, joint ventures. We are very clear and candid. Investors coming to Zambia must find local partners. You yourselves must become the local partners as you attract investors, those that you live with, your alumni with around here. I must end here and once more thank Bamsonda and your team, organizers tonight, for the wonderful work you've done, and also my team from Lusaka, from Zambia, for being here to join these beautiful souls to work on cancer, how we can rein in on this deadly disease. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a long day tomorrow. If you have time, we'll be presenting at the UN General Assembly around maybe 11, 12 or thereabout. Follow us there. See what we deliver, what we do for your country. And also, I'm proud to say, when we took over the country, Zambia had extracted itself from the League of Nations. But since then, we've paid all our dues to the UN, to African Union, to SADC, to Commonwealth. We are now back in the League of Nations. We are back in the League of Nations. But truly, not by word of mouth, by deed, I'm proud to say we are back in the Champions League. You know that our women football team won the COSAFA champions. Zambia is ready for business. Zambia is ready for business with vengeance. Watch our steps. Watch our steps. 2 years from now, we may come back in this hall and share more positive stories. But the good news is that those stories would have been made possible because of your trust in us. Thank you for your kind attention.
A big round of applause for His Excellency, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Okay. So I would like to ask the DJ to play some mellow music. And at this juncture, I would like to invite His Excellency the President to walk around tables of his choice. And as he walks around, I would encourage you to make pledges. Yeah, so that is why we are here. So he's going to walk around, maybe take a few pictures. And as he walks around, you can make pledges. So, Your Excellency, Mr. President, sir. DJ, please play some mellow music for us. Thank you.
Let's not be shy when making those pledges.
You can take selfies with the president. Start thinking about how much you're going to pledge.
Open your wallets.
We are accepting cash, checks, Cash App, Zelle, everything. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the present is now going around. Get your phones out ready for selfies.
And is the Secretary General. He does very good work. Thank you. Thank you so much for.
Please make your pledges. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly just stay on your tables. The president is going to go around. Just remain standing by your tables. The president is going to go around. Thank you. Please stay seated on your respective tables. The president is going to go around. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly stay seated on your respective tables.
Don't forget to make these pledges, to make those donations for this cancer hospital, for the cancer equipment that's going to Zambia. Please make that donation. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly stay seated on your tables. Otherwise, we'll ask the president to go back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Kindly go
remain
back
in your
to your
seats.
place. Yeah.
The president is coming to every table.
He's going to
Please.
come round to each and every table. Kindly remain seated. Kindly be seated. You're blocking the president's way. The president is going round. Those that are making pledges, there's a lovely lady here, over here where I'm standing. She is taking down names and amounts.
If you want to make a pledge, the microphone is here. Make yourself be known. Come up and make a pledge. Thank you.
Yeah, you can actually grab the mic from me or go up over there and make a pledge.
tried to need money. Can you invite me to have a picture? Yeah.
No, you can do it.
You are my oxygen. You are my oxygen.
We have the first pledge here. If you're making a pledge, please see Mr. Ernest Masheke for details. Thank you.
Deborah Zambia is making a pledge this worthy cause. We're pledging $2,000 US.
We have a $2,000 pledge.
Thank you very much for that pledge. Make your pledges, ladies and gentlemen.
Conduit David Oil has pledged $2,000 towards the cancer equipment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly remain seated at your tables. The president is going to come to your table. Thank you. The president is going to go around to each and every table, so you can all remain seated. Even as you take your selfies, please remember to make your pledges.
Bazazonda basakale matabe ilitalanta teria kubelwa kubantu besatatanga akupala tetima chinde iyo akasebula kulike uwalaisalako bazazonda basakale matabe ilitalanta teria kubelwa kubantu besakatanga akupala tetima chinde iyo akasebula kulike uwalaisalako toyamba tiputina nyembwenga rudzuzu muchiseni mpaso langa ndililimi anthu ambiri samakondwa therefore they wanna stop me but now they can't stop me. Not even me can never stop me. Red traffic lights, can't stop me. If you thinking you can stop me, you a jock. I start comedy panicking. Ooh yeah, I see them panicking. I stay cool, got the goodies. I'm never panicking. Joke lines, got a right.
Yes.
Sing it to my song every time I do.
Kindly, please don't let the president stay on your tables for a long time. He has a long day tomorrow. Give him a chance to go around all the tables, please. Yes. Please give the president an opportunity to go around. He has a long day tomorrow. Yeah.
Please, everybody get seated. It's dinner time. The president is going around all tables. Please, let's get seated.
Let's all be seated,
Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen. You are blocking the way of the servers. They cannot pass to place food on your table, so kindly be seated.
Zimbe, Mtambe, Mugaiwa na Nyezongwe, pain, stress, Mavuto ndiye best friend. Growing up, I was a quiet kid. My father died when
We're running out of time. Please, can you allow the president to move to the next table?
Only the strong will survive.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please allow the president. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any pledges from this table?
DJ Drum.
It could be you. Mulungu sasanga modaniza chikondi funo. Mulungu sasanga modaniza. You. Mulungu sasanga modaniza. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. While you feeling so weak, I got to send them out for you look at people like me, when I'm up in a picking up colors, that's not right, that's not right. Needing a story. How to was a man when they want to kill up, but they needing a story. You can't never do unless you get my shoes, yeah. Pump them, what you will, I say, pump them. Speak what you wanna see in your life, yeah. Pump them, what you will, I say, pump them. God wanna see if you got faith, yeah. Mulungu sasanga modaniza chikondi funo. Mulungu sasanga modaniza. You. Mulungu sasanga modaniza. Mulungu sasanga modaniza.
Okay, let's move.
Speak what you wanna see in your life, yeah. God wanna see if you got faith, yeah. You. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa chikondi fulo. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa. You. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. You. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa.
DJ Drum.
It could be you. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa chikondi fulo. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa. It could be you. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. While you feeling so weak, type that go send them out for it. You look at people like me, when I'm looking at pick up colors, that's not right, that's not right. Living that story. I do a seven saga, and when you want to kill up, but living that story. You can never know unless you get my shoes, yeah. Pump them. Speak what you wanna see in your life, yeah. Pump them. God wanna see if you got faith, yeah. It could be you. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa chikondi fulo. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa. You. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa. Teza kupitana mama studio kopena tinga titema itinga lokodego. Teza kuhimbila mahala kuchitila kutiba tumasibe nyimbo. Kuyaba kuputika. Teza kuyenda na mendo kulipa. Beze kutiseka. Lele mapesa katila kopemba. Pampe mochimwela zipampe. Speak what you wanna see in your life, yeah. Zipampe mochimwela zipampe. God wanna see if you got faith, yeah. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa chikondi fulo. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa. You. Mulungu sasanga bodanisa.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we settle down so we can go
Let's settle down
to the next
so we can
program, please?
right.
Thank you.
We still have somebody to make the closing
I wanna
remarks.
have to.
So, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please settle down and sit down? Thank you.
It's a boy to I've been broken, I've been lost. Welcome to
Ladies and gentlemen, let's please sit down so we can continue with our next program. Thank you.
It's a boy to I've been broken, I've been lost. Welcome to Safe House. I've been bleeding, you don't realize. Steve Machabenzo klema bananitaba magelo pali tema kwa chasibanka mativi ya bontini ya babanitamba ifaya kona tansi ya bakankala.
Wonderful.
The music saved me now.
The president is now going to take his seat so that the chairperson for the USA, Canada, UPND chapter can make his closing remarks. Let's all be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Let's all be seated, ladies and gentlemen.
You don't have to like me. Send in a Facebook status for you to like me. People that help me want to friends or see that want to miss or see that there's a phone actually see. Pick up Kuli once never listen anymore sanga. Now ever chapel post with friends in a young. Every master was once a disaster. Album you're referring to my career now.
Please, let's return to our tables, please, so we can go on with the program. Thank you. I want to have to.
Yeah, music saved me, so you write me fully letai. Nani Porsche some legends. When you honest a fly, Nali Pila rank, Pivana so of a guy. Help me in a vax to drive my tears when I cry. Apa kwa sala jet dream kani kalukwela taxi. Sometimes when it's rough, chika you manika bus. When it's rough, I end up on a pansy. My headset mumatu na.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. President. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I hope everybody managed to take a selfie. Thank you. Yeah. I'm going to pray in the morning.
You are meant for me. It's the best thing I ever did. Cinema wala, sinichita regret. Sanga weo is the best thing I ever did. Cinema wala, sinichita regret.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we all be seated now so that we can have our closing remarks before we can have some entertainment from our musicians. Let us all be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all return to our tables, please. Everyone, please be seated. Please be seated so that we can continue with the program. We are nearing the end of the program.
Everybody be seated. Go back to your dinner so we can enjoy our dinner, so we can go back to the program, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Let us all go back to our seats. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
It's the best thing I ever did. Cinema Dosi won't say I made a V Mankala. Rena V Makanga, Rena V Masila. Dosi won't say I made a V Mankala. Rena V Makanga, Rena V Masila. Cinema Wala, Cinema Musanga Wala. It's the best thing I ever did. Cinema Wala, Cinema regret.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to have closing remarks from the chairperson of the UPND USA Canada chapter, Mr. Willis Sonda. After the president leaves, we would like all of you to stay, continue making pledges. We have a musician from Zambia, Campman. We also have Shyman in the house. Thank you very much. Mr. Sonda, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I'm being reminded to be quick. Our president is tired. As you can tell from the voice, he has had a long day, a long week. I'll try to be quick. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, the First Lady and Mother of our beautiful nation, Mrs. Mutinta HICHILEMA, Honorable Stanley Kakubo, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Douglas Yakalima, Education Minister, Honorable Chipoka Mulenga, Trade and Industry, Ambassador Lazarus Kapambwe, Ambassador to the United States of America, and Ambassador Chola Milambo, Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, Permanent Representative of Zambia to the United Nations. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, we thank you for accepting our invitation to be our guest of honor. We also want to thank you by recognizing us as the 11th province of Zambia and for tapping into the vast human resource that is readily available here in the diaspora. We thank you for thinking about us and including the diaspora in your government by virtue of the appointments you have made of our own Norman Chipakupaku, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Defense, Chembombola, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Chola Milambo, Ambassador to the United Nations, Dr. Elias Munsha, Ambassador to Australia. We are very grateful for that. Today we walk with our heads high, Mr. President, as children of Zambia based in the diaspora, because our country put in place the missing part that was long needed to steer our country to greater heights, and that is good leadership, a leadership that is accountable to the people of Zambia. Mr. President, the only accolades that came out of our country in the past years before you came on the scene, if you ask anyone who was not Zambian, they always talked about our founding father, Dr. Kenneth David Buchizia Kaunda, may he so rest in peace, Kalusha Bwalia, and the Victoria Force. The story has now changed. We now speak of a country with the best performing currency. A country with the hardest working president who has traversed the world in search of wealth for his beloved country. We love you for that, President. A president that has taught our nation the lesson of perseverance. You've never given up, Mr. President. You've never thought about it, but this is a big lesson, especially to our youth. You made so many attempts at the presidency until the 5th time. Why were you doing that? Because you persevered, you believed you had something to offer to the people of Zambia. And here you are. We are so proud of you, sir. A president that has the most inclusive cabinet in the history of Zambia, second only to the First Republic under Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda. Your government's fight against corruption is appreciated, sir, by all well-meaning Zambians. You have conquered the scourge of tribalism, which was tearing our tribes apart. The rule of law in Zambia now reigns. No more cadres, no more lawlessness. And it took one day, word of mouth. I was in Zambia, I came for your inauguration when you said no more cadres in markets. And that's what leadership can do. Give direction to a country, and you gave that direction. No more fear for political operatives that terrorize the nation. The only good stories that came out of Zambia, like I said, were the Kalusha Bwalia. We are proud of the 1 year with you at the helm of the nation, sir. We urge you please to continue tapping in the vast human and material resources that the Zambians in the diaspora have. You do not have to look far, sir. We are here ready to assist and serve our nation. The question, Your Excellency, as I sum up, is how do you safeguard all these good things that you have achieved, Your Excellency? How are you making sure that Zambia does not go back to its past? My suggestion, Your Excellency, is make corruption and tribalism capital offenses to start with. These two crimes can break and burn a nation. Make our laws stronger. The only thing keeping Zambia safe, Mr. President, is the good heart of its president. We need a good constitution. We need good laws that will govern our young country. With those few words, I wish to state that we are honored that you brought us the mother of our nation, the First Lady. And we are very grateful for that. I thank you so much, and may God bless our president. May God bless our country, the Republic of Zambia. Thank you.
And now we have some donors who would like to pledge before the president leaves. So we want to have them come to the stage and introduce themselves and to say how much they are donating. Gentlemen.
Give them a round of applause.
Give them a round of
Even
applause.
before they announce the donation, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Lord. Hilariously, I'm not used to speaking in front of large crowds, so apologize for my awkwardness. So we were lucky enough to meet Ashmael from Incredible Spaces last night, like 11. So to give you guys a little bit of background, this is a consortium of people from the crypto and finance space. And we were inspired by what you guys are doing. We're inspired by any technological change in any forward thinking, and we think that there is an opportunity and hope for what we are doing as humanity to achieve as much as we can, and we wanted to go out of our way to see what we could do. So I talked to some of these gentlemen and lady and several other companies, and this is what we were able to come up with. First off, I'm an advisor to a company called the Open Forest Protocol. It is Climate Week here in New York. Open Forest Protocol makes reforestation and similar well done on the blockchain. They're going to be giving over 220,000 tokens valued at $100,000 with an eye to commit much more once we prove that that works. I talked to the Human Token team. Human Token does people's actions and then they get paid on the blockchain. And we looked at y'all's average, I'm from the southern United States, I use y'all, I apologize. We looked at y'all's average and monthly salary, and we came to the determination that we could employ 1,000 of your countrymen on a rolling basis. I talked to some of my friends from a French consulting firm that works with a couple African nations. At this point, they do 40 people at a time, privately funded and or UN funded training at a McKinsey level to try to see if we can generate expertise and ability to further help government on a rolling basis. So they have committed to doing 40 of those trainings, if you guys would be willing to accept that. Our friend over here from, and I'm gonna screw this up, CBDC1 is going to be offering $25,000 of consulting on how to more effectively raise money on your government bonds. Google did not have enough time to give a proper response, but they are really, really interested. So I'm hopefully they're able to deliver something. Regina from SmartSet Digital over here is going to be giving tens of thousands of dollars of free PR consulting for trying to help your technological community be able to do better. Oh, we have some of the NEAR team here. NEAR protocol is absolutely amazing, and I would bore you if I tried to describe it, so I'm not going to. NEAR is going to be looking at what their foundation it can do. We had less than 24 hours, so it's hard to get that all done, but they, how much does your foundation control at the moment? Anyway, finish, got it. So point being, in total, over $250,000 in grants, and 1,040 jobs. So thank you guys for inspiring us so much, and I hope you guys have a great evening.
We also have another pledge. These pledges are coming in. Please introduce yourself and say how much you're pledging.
Whoa, I feel very small coming behind that. But well, all right. This is such an honor. And when I saw the First Lady, I said, I've got to go. My name is Zenith Hamamba Malao. I am a child of Zambia. I am a shock trauma nurse. I work at R. Adams Harley Shock Trauma Center in Baltimore, level 1. So I am inspired by anything that's related to health. So I am pledging $1,000. Thank you.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Another person to pledge, please. Let's do this. Yes. So who's doing it?
Let me just thank the President. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen.
We have another pledge.
We have another pledge from our lovely Stella.
Hello, everyone. I'm one of the organizers for this function, and I'm so excited to see all you beautiful faces out there. Let's pledge and fight this disease of cancer. My name is Stella Siachika Banda. I'm a nurse, and I've seen it all. I lost one of my good friends 2 years ago to cancer. It's terrible. Let's do this. Because of that, I want to be part of the fight. I pledge $2,000.
Thank you very much, Stella. We have our friend from the Republic of Ghana to make the last pledge before the President leaves, but the pledges will continue coming in. Thank you.
Let's keep up coming. Keep up coming.
Mr. President, I'm from the Republic of Ghana. And we are inspired by your leadership. For the sake of an ability to tackle inflation, we'll come to you to study the rudiments unto attaining that height. On behalf of the Du Bois Foundation, creating a new complex in Ghana, we launched our project at the weekend at the Yale Club together. We pledged $1,000 to this cause. We are grateful and we are inspired. Thank you.
The last pledge for the evening.
Yes.
We keep on saying the last pledge, but keep on coming, keep on coming.
I am the very last, and I'm very proud to stand here before you because our president was my classmate. And I'm inspired because the last two pledging ladies are my roommates. I flew in from Chicago, and I'm so inspired, but what I see here, I'm gonna pledge $3,000.
No.
We have one more pledge, like I said. We keep on saying one more. Basil is up here to make a pledge. Now this is going to be the last pledge. Maybe.
Hello, Your Excellency. 2 days ago, I got a call from one of our keynote speakers for this night, Dr. Gala, who is one of the best cardiologists that we have on the continent of Africa. And he told me about Global Alliance for Health for the Zambia's community. 2 hours later, I got a phone call between Dr. Kazela and the chair, Betty. And I asked Betty a few questions. And Your Excellency, this is what I learned. Betty was raised by her mother. Betty told me the power of what her mother inspired in her. Betty's mother was able to open the doors. Anyone who was hungry, I'm running up. Anyone who was hungry, Betty's mother would open the door for that person to come in and eat. Any person that wanted water to drink or food, Betty's mother would be able to lend a hand. Your Excellency and your wife, I was told how you inspired people like Betty to fight for people that are actually in need of healthcare in the community. Within few seconds, together with Betty and Dr. Kazila, we made phone calls, and we were able together to raise a container worth of 390,000 to be shipped to the country of Zambia. And the only thing left is to ship that container with the sum of $20,000. Tonight, Betty has given you food. Betty has given you drinks. Betty has shown you the love of a mother. Please inspire and go back to donation and be able to show love to the Zambian community. I will end here and thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. No. They can make after the president leaves. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting late. The president has a very long day tomorrow. The pledges can continue even after he has left. Yeah, there are more people that want to make pledges, but we understand that the president wants to leave. So at this moment, I would like to sincerely thank Your Excellency for taking time off your very busy schedule to come and grace us this evening. May God bless you and your First Lady and then Tourage. And we'll be watching you tomorrow as you speak. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. A round of applause for President Hakainde Hichilema. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. You're welcome.
You also live in Texas. You also live in Texas.
No, I live in Florida.
Kaufman, are you ready? So he has everything ready. can have a little, somebody can shake a leg now.
Sweetie darling, wapamtima okukola. Sent from heaven, so meti wako okota naye idalizo yotugela kwa Mulungu anakupasa ndi Mulungu idalizo yotugela kwa Mulungu anandipasa ndi Mulungu chikondi chimawama tulina wako sweetie darling wapamtima okukola. Sent from heaven, so meti wako okota naye idalizo yotugela kwa Mulungu anakupasa ndi Mulungu idalizo yotugela kwa Mulungu anandipasa ndi Mulungu. Come darling, it's time to shine ko borders niba bidi to shine ko ichalo cha meso y'abantu kirabeko Queen Diva iwe bufe wabako here's my kingdom nafo mutekako tepi yobe tayatala sekapo hama Brooklyn Queens walitalukako olwambo ipamulomo fyafiko wekanandi njikatago mukumuko for better for worse ishalegereko nenkosango bushimbesha bwekereko wepalo lya mutu pompokererako chisondi chimawama tulina wako sweetie darling wapamtima okukonda. Sent from heaven, so meti wako okota naye idalizo yotugela kwa Mulungu anakupasa ndi Mulungu idalizo yotugela kwa Mulungu anandipasa.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen,
sweetie darling wapamtima.
I just want to thank everyone who made it out tonight. I hope everyone had a good time. We want to thank everyone who reached into their pockets and made a pledge, and everybody who made a donation. Please get home safe, and God bless you. Thank you. You wanted me?
She must be the girl Nifunagona. Fresh and clean with a beautiful smile. Baby, don't go, boy, you be my best friend. I'm romantic, Mr. Romantic.